Well, hello. Thank you for joining me. These are the announcements for the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish for August 28th, 2022. For those of you scoring at home, it is the 12th Sunday after Pentecost, and it is pretty much the end of summer. I know some of you think that Labor Day weekend is the official end of summer, but we are right up against that. That's next week. So I hope that it's been a good summer. I hope that you have enjoyed some of the blessings of God's creation. And I hope that you are prepared to jump back into whatever fall may bring in terms of responsibilities with your family and here at church. As always, we have 3 worship services. There is the indoor service at Peace at 8:30, the outdoor service at Nelsonville at 9:30, and the indoor service at Nelsonville at 10:15. The outdoor service may be we may have to work around some well drilling. It's not clear whether or not that's actually going to get started before Sunday. So it'll either be this week or next week that we're going to be looking around some piles of dirt, but that's not the end of the world. And I do encourage you to be faithful. It should be a gorgeous day for worship. It's supposed to be cloudy and 73. So just the right temperature, no sun beating down on us. We get to enjoy the beauty of God's creation, hear the birds, the whole thing. And so, whether it's indoors in one of our beautiful sanctuaries or outdoors in God's beautiful creation, I do invite and remind you to be faithful in attending the services of God's house. It's commanded by scriptures. It is a gift to me and to the rest of the community to have you present, and it is a witness to our neighbors that this is something that we do. This is something that we believe is important beyond any other responsibility. And so I continue to invite you and to long for you to be here. Remember that for those of you who can't possibly come, the Sunday sermons are always put up on the online, and you can find them on the website. If you look under the it's called Pastor's Page on the top left of the home page, Pastor's Page, you can scroll down and you can see the current sermon or any other sermon going way back to the start of COVID. They are all there for you. Prayer list. We have 2 families in the immediate stages of grief. We're continuing to pray for Ken Leppin's family. This is the son of Carla and Wally. And we just got word on Wednesday evening, the 24th, I believe, at any rate, on Wednesday evening, that Edna Borgen, one of the senior members of Peace Church, has gone to her rest. So may God bless her memory among us. May God comfort her family and her friends in this time of loss and bereavement. It is a victory for Edna. It's a day of joy in the kingdom of light for Keith that they're reunited after being apart for this little time here at the end. And when we have information about funeral services, we will get that to you. There was a tentative plan for the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. I do not know at this moment, making these announcements, if that plan will hold. So pay attention in church or call the church office, check the obituary, and we will be happy to include you in celebrating Edna's life and her victory as she enters the kingdom of light. The prayer list is for the rest of the prayer list, it is as it has been. There are no big changes of which we're aware for any of the people below, but this leads us into our weekly reminder that if you need prayer, you have to let us know. If you're in the hospital, you have to let us know. We don't find out from the hospital anymore. There's all these new confidentiality rules, and so please help us love, support, and serve you in your times of need. We're continuing to listen to the CDC about how we should live our lives together. There's a link every week in the email where you can see what we're seeing so that you can make the best decision for you. There is a blood drive coming up. It is on Wednesday. That is August 31st. There's been some confusion in the community about when the date was. It is August 31st is the blood drive. There's sign-up sheets that have gone around in both churches. If you're willing to bring something in, feel free to call in the church office and we will tell you what is still needed. We continue to need a few people to help us put it on, and then we're looking for folks to bleed. So if your health will allow you to donate blood, it is a holy thing. It's a way of tangibly serving our neighbors, and so I invite you into that. It'll be highlighted in the email that goes out to everyone, but we'll put a link here too below this video that we have a situation update, a situation report from Lutheran World Relief about what they are doing in Ukraine. And so I commend that sheet to you. It's just one page. I commend it to you and invite you to continue to be praying for the people of Ukraine, continue to be praying for the brave souls in Russia that are protesting that country's aggression, and praying for people all over the world who are in the path of war or disaster, that God's will would be gently done in their midst. If you do want to continue to give financially to the Ukraine, probably the best way to do that is lwr.org/tomorrowriver, and the monies will go immediately to people in need. There will be a new emphasis this fall, a renewed push to meet the needs not only of the people in Ukraine, but people all over the world, some of whom are suffering ripple effects from that conflict, and some of whom have been poor since long before Russia cast covetous eyes on the Ukraine. And we have responsibilities as Christians to do what we can for all of those people. So if you choose to keep your powder dry for that new emphasis, it is coming, probably in October sometime, and we'll get you information about that. Again, we'll be challenging the rest of the world to a matching campaign to meet the needs of a world in need. We're continuing to make kits, school kits, baby kits, personal care kits. There's a tab on the top of the announcements, LWR, if you want to find out what goes into a kit. It's there. If you want to make kits, wonderful. Just remember, creativity is strongly discouraged. We want every single kit to look the same and contain the same things, so there is not any reason for conflict in refugee camps or where kits are passed out. The last thing we want is people vying for good kits or feeling resentful that they got bad kits. If you can't do that yourself, but you could give us a couple hundred notebooks or 1,000 pencils or whatever it is that God puts on your heart, we would be glad to receive any of those gifts, and we will do the work of putting the kits together. That work proceeds ongoingly. I think those are the critical announcements. I do wish you well. I am grateful indeed for your continued prayers and your continued support of the parish. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I ask that you pray for me and for the work of these two churches in this time, in this place. Until we see each other again, be well. Take care.